Hi, welcome back friends and subscribers. The last time I posted a Titanfall 2 video, I said, this is it, that was the beta, Sunday, it's it, blah blah blah, and we're done. They released another pre-alpha about a week later. I didn't expect that. I didn't, read that on their Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever. But they did, and we had another weekend of Titanfall 2. We had, I know for sure, one new map release, which I hoped I would be able to play and get a good game for you guys. But it was a big map. Not a whole lot was going on. It was pretty slow. There were definitely some cool moments I had, but not enough to share an entire video. This is me attempting to snipe. Also, I was checking out the scope, because I didn't know if they just put a picture for when you zoom in. At first it just looked like a graphic, so I tried moving it around a little bit and see if it was actually a three-dimensional object that you were zooming into, and see if when you swayed the different lenses you could see the them from a different angle. I still can't really tell for sure, but it doesn't look tacky. I know that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But to me, I like those small details, like the stock of the gun being blurred. That's just cool to me. I enjoy little things like that. But let's talk about... Oh, God, did I talk about this last video? I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But we'll go into it briefly, just in case I didn't. I don't remember what I say when I make these videos. But there's been a lot of dislike for Titanfall 2. I don't really remember my experience with Titanfall 1 too much. I just remember that, like I said, it seemed kind of limiting. It seemed like there weren't a lot of weapons, there weren't a lot of options, stuff like that. Already in the pre-alpha tech test, not the beta, I feel like it's a little bit more fleshed out. There's a little bit more options. But I think I've been having more fun with Titanfall 2 than Titanfall 1. The things people are saying with the gameplay being slower and there's not as much parkour type stuff is for the first part of that, where just a sec, I've got another thing up. I forgot that I had my Magic app up and I was playing a game, and so I got the little notification that somebody joined and didn't realize it, had to quit out. Anyway, so as far as the first part goes, about the gameplay being slower, unless you're in a really big map and you're playing a game mode where there is no grunts and there is no little robots, for me the game has seemed pretty action-packed. You gotta always watch your back, always make sure there aren't guys jumping all around you. And so for the most part, I feel like it has been pretty action-packed. I like that it's, well, I guess it is kind of a Twitch shooter, but at the same time, it takes a lot of bullets to take a guy down, so they've got some time to react and strategize how to, combat you and maybe survive. I've been able to survive times where I've, been sent down to halfway health. But in a game like Call of Duty, you're not going to be able to do that. The second someone pulls the trigger, you're pretty much dead unless it's some kind of connection error. So that's how that works. As far as the second part, well, first of all, I want you guys to see this. I did not know that the radar knife thing could actually kill somebody and can kill somebody in one hit. I was not even aiming at anyone here. I was just like, alright, we're going to throw it all over. Boom! I was like, what, wait a second, did that actually kill a guy? And like I said, I was not aiming at him, I was just throwing it over there while I was being shot, but wasn't aiming at him. So I was pretty impressed with that. It is a little bit odd and out of flavor, though, that you put like half a magazine into a guy in order to kill him, but if you throw a piece of metal at him, that is a one-shot kill. So whatever, I mean, it's hard to do, it's a little challenging, and you're not able to just constantly throw them. it takes a really long time for it to refill, so it's not a big deal. I mean, there's also one-hit punches. I haven't really encountered that too much unless you guys are like actually in each other's faces and, you know, too close to really aim for your target. And hip fire is very sporadic, which I think is a good thing. But it always has been weird to me for this, that just bringing the gun closer to your face decreases the spread. I mean, reaction-wise, it feels like you're tightening up the gun, but that's just because of how it acts in the game. But I don't really know how they'd be able to implement that realistically, because, you know, if the gun was the same zooming in as it is hip fire, either you're going to have sporadic shooting no matter what, or you're going to be able to snipe people across the map just by looking at your little hitbox and seeing where they are. Which is why I think that games, if I were to make a shooter, there would not be an indicator showing what the center of your screen is, so that, you know, maybe you could have a weapon not, you know, tightening when you zoom in, and it would still be fair. But like I was saying about 4 minutes ago about less parkour, that's definitely true. There's definitely a lot more boots on the ground, a lot less opportunities to just be jumping back and forth between buildings and walls in order to get places faster. I've noticed there's a lot of empty space with like buildings in the middle. The other game, you had, you know, walls lined up so you could zigzag back and forth, and, you know, but pretty much the extent of the parkour and the maps that we've been given so far is just jumping on top of roofs, or jumping on top of cliffs, jumping on top of walls, like just getting higher, faster, 420, getting higher, faster, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you can wall run, but there's not a lot of space to do it. There's not like long, continuous walls with space that you want to travel when you, you know, wall run. And they also added, I'm not sure if this was in the last game, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, they also added a way to hang on buildings, to just sit on a wall, which I don't understand what the point of that is. They added the grappling hook, so that's really fun. I don't use it because I don't think it's going to help me get kills. I use the like radar knife so I can see where what area people are in. I also use the radar thing to show you the area people get killed in. So there's easier ways to get kills and find people. I use on my classes because the point of the game is to kill people and get points and win the game. And, you know, it's also important to have fun, so if you want to do that, it's perfectly cool. But yeah, that's how I feel like I'm being strategic. So this is the end of the game. The epilogue is always super fun. If you're a fan of the original Titanfall, I really don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just as fun. But you can't compare the two games when one is in beta and one isn't, and we are not given all of the content. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the game. I'm planning on buying it, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.